A 5-minute call on behalf of the National Party, Parmjit Pamar.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Budget 2016 is a great budget. Mr. Speaker, yes, it's about 8 years since National came into the office, and no one can forget that, Mr. Speaker, and there are several reasons for that. And one of these reasons is the opposition. Yes, Mr. Speaker, the opposition, because every single time we announce a new, significant and practical policy, even on the budget day, Mr. Speaker, all they did was counted the number of years we have been in office, as if counting the number of years is some kind of worthy counter argument, Mr. Speaker. It truly is a testament of the hard work of this national government that the opposition have nothing else but just to count the number of years we have been in government. Mr. Speaker, year after year, budget after budget, election after election, we have overcome challenges. And it's because of this, the people of New Zealand, Mr. Speaker, have more and more confidence in this national government. And the confidence of the people of New Zealand in this national government, Mr. Speaker, is more than ever before. Mr. Speaker, we are one of those handful countries that enjoy a very positive economic outlook. And this is because of the leadership of the Right Honourable John Key. Mr. Speaker, I want to congratulate our Finance Minister, Honourable Bill English, for such an awesome 8th budget. Mr. Speaker, this budget is focused on economy. Our GDP growth is expected to grow 2.8% over the next 5 years. 2.8% over the next 5 years. In past 3 years, Mr. Speaker, there were 200,000 new jobs under this national government, and it is forecasted that there will be 170,000 new jobs by 2020. And over this period, unemployment is expected to drop to 4.6%, Mr. Speaker. Yes, all this in just about 8 years. And this is despite global financial crisis, devastating Canterbury earthquakes, and series of finance company failure. Mr. Speaker, 2016 is already proving to be a very productive year for families and businesses all around New Zealand. Budget 2016 is focused on all important areas, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, coming from a scientific background, I'm really delighted to see $411 million over the 4 years for science and innovation. This includes commercialization of high-tech ideas that our New Zealand scientists develop. And I'm also really happy to see $97 million for health research funding, Mr. Speaker. Coming from health research and life sciences background, I'm really happy to see that commitment from our government, Mr. Speaker. Through HRC, through Health Research Council, the funding is going up by 56%, Mr. Speaker, from 77 million in 2015-2016 to 120 million in 2019-2020. This shows, Mr. Speaker, we are really committed to our health research sector. Mr. Speaker, I'm the National List Member of Parliament based in Mount Roskill. In Mount Roskill, social housing and emergency housing are important issues. So I'm really delighted to see $258 million towards that, which includes 750 additional social housing and 3,000 emergency housing places. Mr. Speaker, we are working hard. We are investing to see that people have a roof over their head when they need it the most. Mr. Speaker, we are not doing propagandas like the opposition, trying to run press conferences outside houses which are not even overcrowded. Yes, Mr. Speaker, trying to run press conferences outside houses which are not even overcrowded. Mr. Speaker, Budget 2016 is focused on economy, it's focused on low-income people and homeless people, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, yet the opposition will try to enforce a stereotype that we work for the wealthy and they work for low income. But, Mr. Speaker, who increased benefit first time in 40+ years? It's this national government. Who is working hard for homeless people? It's this national government. Mr. Speaker, who is creating opportunities for low-income families? It's this national government. Mr. Speaker, the Labour and the Greens combination, that combination stands for no opportunities, low job security, more financial burden on families and businesses. Mr. Speaker, this national government stands for success, prosperity and opportunities for families and businesses all around New Zealand. Mr. Speaker, Budget 2016 is a great budget. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.